What? Oh my god, please stop. Okay, please stop.
Hey guys!
Please stop.
Wish I had a clown nose.
Hey guys!
Hey everybody! Oh, come on now. Welcome back to Power Trip Gaming.
Welcome back to Power Trip Gaming, this is Andy!
Retrospective! That's actually pretty close.
That's what Andy sounds like, because that's me! That's Andy!
What are we, hill people? Or swamp people? What's wrong with you?
Don't ask me, I'm just Andy! I don't know what's going on!
Stop, you're embarrassing yourself. What are we doing today, buddy?
So today we are doing our retrospective on Kid Klown
in Nightmare World.
in Nightmare World.
Nightmare World. Ooh!
I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty clever name. Actually.
Definitely is.
Nightmare, like mayor of the town, but Nightmare World, and it's like,
yeah,
it's really cool.
So this was an interesting game. There's actually quite a little bit of interesting history about it.
There is a little bit of history, and I mean, you know it better than I do, but this actually was supposed to be, it was intended to be a Mickey Mouse game.
It was originally called Mickey Mouse Dream Balloon, where Mickey is going to find gifts for Minnie's birthday, and he comes back, and she's in a never-ending sleep. So Mickey Mouse goes through dreams to thing, and Nightmare,
Yeah.
However, they didn't have the rights to Disney at the time. Capcom
No, they did.
owned them.
Capcom owned the rights to them.
So Kemco, who did this game, had to change a few things.
They did.
Some of the bosses were different. Obviously, they're clowns, not whatever. The cutscenes were different. It was just it was interesting.
But if I'm not mistaken, the final boss of this game, the Nightmare, was still the same character, though, right? Or was he slightly changed?
I think he was altered as well.
He was? Okay.
Yeah, but like one of the eagle, like the big owl boss, I think was different.
Oh, okay.
Or like the porcupine or something. There was a few bosses that were different, but the core of the game remained the same. You blow balloons to attack. You do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty cool game for what it was. I'll give it to that. Just mechanically speaking, it was different. It was unique, that's for sure. But anyway,
Okay.
there was what, six stages, I believe.
There technically was 6 stages.
Yes.
It was, the first level was actually more of like a training, kind of like getting used to the controls, getting used to the platforming. And then once you beat that, then it went to your world map where there was actually 5 levels on the game. So technically there was 6. Each one, at the end of each level, you did get to do like a bonus game. You got to participate in a bonus game. But yeah, the game was developed, as you said, by Kemco, and it was also published by Kemco as well too. So they were at the time, they were a big enough company and well enough versed that they could also publish, or they could develop their games in addition to publishing them.
I feel like I know another Kemco game, but it's slipping my mind right now.
Oh, you must certainly. Shadowgate.
Ah, fuck! They did point and click
Shadowgate,
shit.
Deja Vu, Uninvited.
Uninvited. God
Yep.
damn it.
And
Was it Golgo Third? No, that wasn't a point.
No,
Like,
that was
Deja.
not.
I always get those confused for some reason.
and Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout was also a Kemco game. Kemco Seika.
Oh, that and it's
Or
funny.
Seika, yeah.
When we were playing Bugs Bunny, I did feel like this was kind of the same.
It's kind of that animation, yeah.
Yeah, like the graphics felt very samey.
Yep. But the crazy thing about this game too is that Kid Klown, it came out in 1993. So
It was
like
late.
this was literally very late in the Nintendo's time cycle.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the true like ending games of the system.
And what's funny too is like since obviously Kid Klown was something else in Japan, it was Disney or whatever, or Mickey Mouse. Kid Klown actually has more games in Japan. There's like 3 more Kid Klown games.
Yeah.
We never saw any of them.
Nope. I think because
But
Kid
it's
Klown
just
really
strange.
Yeah, Kid Klown never really kind of made too big of a splash here in the United States, so they never really brought any of them over. So
I mean, as Tavares found out, it takes more than making a good game to make a hit. Make kids.
that is true.
So I mean,
Big shoes to fill when you got to be the spiritual successor to Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo
that
Entertainment System.
motherfucker. What a guy. So let's jump into it, man.
All right.
Kid Klown in Nightmare World. What do you feel this game is for difficulty?
For difficulty, I literally gave this game a 2.
Me too.
I gave it a 2.
Me too.
Me too.
I also did.
This game is a joke when it comes to difficulty.
Oh yeah, this game is pathetic.
Okay, so the bosses, super easy.
They're not even a challenge.
They're not even a challenge. Maybe Nightmare was the one who, because he had 3 different forms, he may have been a little bit of a challenge, but at the same time, not so much.
I think you beat him on like your 3rd attempt.
You end up getting so many extra lives along the way, and by extra lives, I of course mean children.
Oh, that's right. Your
Your
lives were kids.
Yeah, kids, not lives, kids.
Yeah, you got extra kids.
Yeah, extra kids. But yeah, nothing was really, nothing was tough about this game. Again, the damage that you would take with the hearts, very forgiving, because I think even if you got a hit, you didn't lose all of your all the life of that heart. You'd have different iterations of the heart, where it's like heart that's filled in, a heart that's white, a heart that's empty, and so it's like each heart was like 3 hits in and of itself.
Yeah, you got so much health in 1-ups, and the levels really were not that intensive.
No.
They weren't that long. The game was super forgiving.
Yes.
Your methods of attacking took a little bit of getting used to, in the fact that you could do a super jump by dropping a balloon on the ground, and then you hop on it. And it kind of felt like Bubble Bobble in a weird way.
In a sense, yeah.
You could shoot your balloons in damn near any direction. You could hold onto the balloon to float, which was, I thought, pretty cool. It was an interesting attacking mechanic, but I mean, essentially, you could hit anything from anywhere. It wasn't like you had to go up to something and hit it, like at some platformers. Like, you could hit anything on the screen, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that made it easy.
It really did. It really did.
I mean, I don't think we ever continued.
No, we never continued. That's because
we don't even know if there are continues.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point, I know that when you start off, you have 3 extra lives. That's what you start off with by default. But we don't know if you even get continues in this game, which I'm willing to bet that you do.
Probably.
But we never knew, because we never had to use a continue, and I honestly don't think that it is possible to even have to even use a continue.
No, I definitely couldn't. I mean, it was our first time picking it up, and we never had to continue.
Yeah.
Well, that tells you about everything right there.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're a casual gamer, you could probably maybe squeak by without continuing, but otherwise, nothing in this is overtly difficult.
Nothing difficult
at all.
Yeah.
I mean, were there really ever pits to fall into? I don't ever remember actually falling into any form of a pit, which we're usually pretty good about gravitating towards those fucking holes.
Yeah, no, there was nothing like that.
Yeah, I'll say, not that I can recall anyway. So,
nothing that we were taken out by.
No. So yeah, definitely a 2 all around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would you give it for fun?
So for fun for this game, honestly, I would give it a 4.
I'm gonna agree.
Is just because, like you said, you had already brought it up. I think it had a very unique element to it in the balloons that you got, because
Absolutely.
the balloons were so multi-versatile. Like they were
redundant, but yeah.
Oh yeah, because versatile is multi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I knew where you were going.
No, it's there's so many different things. So your balloon is to attack, but yet you can lay it down in order to use it as like increase your jump. So you could use it as a spring to increase your jump. But then you could also blow it up, hold it, and then it becomes a hovering tool, so that you can basically clear long areas.
It was really cool.
That was very unique. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But this game, I mean, granted, I don't mind easy games. Sometimes it's really nice to get, like, after playing so many different hard games and having that Nintendo difficulty, it's nice to kind of pick up a game that is easy and that you really have no time.
That doesn't.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was Silent Hill.
It was. We were in Silent Hill.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you finish your thought.
But there are so many games that it's like it's nice to just kind of play an easy one once in a while. But this one it was easy, but in an insulting sort of way. Like, it just seemed like it was too easy.
It almost felt like it was just easy for easiness' sake.
Yeah.
You're right. There are so many games on the Nintendo that, quote-unquote, Nintendo you. Where it's like, they almost like troll the player.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping over a pit while they put that perfect enemy that's you're going to get smacked and knocked into the pit. Look at Castlevania, for fuck's sake, or Mega Man.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many games like that. This one really never did that.
No.
There was no real trick to playing it. There was nothing that was just outright hard to beat. You're right. It wasn't a hard game.
No.
But, I mean, the graphics were okay. I liked the graphics. It felt like Bugs Bunny. It felt like a Chemical game. I mean, what can you do? The music was okay. It was mediocre-ish. The balloon attacking was really the only thing that saved it.
Yeah.
The cutscenes were kind of neat just because cutscenes were hard to come by in NES games. And the bosses were pretty clever. You never fought the same boss twice.
No. There was definitely variety in the game. The graphics of the game, I think, actually were... They weren't great.
No.
They were very blocky. They were very just nondescript in most cases, and sometimes it was an overload of what was in the background, what was in the foreground to me. The music... It
was alright.
I did not like the music. The music was jarring, and it literally felt, and I literally wrote this on my notes, that it is an attack on the senses. Like, it is...
Oh, come on.
There are certain parts where it's just like, oh my god, this passes as music? Like, this is just like, I don't want to hear this anymore.
Boom, 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 boom.
I would rather deal with that.
Oh, come on now.
I would rather deal with that, because that's not an attack on my senses.
It's just irritating.
But what I did like, though, is that this game actually did have, like you said, with the cutscenes, the story, and it really had a fleshed-out story.
It did.
It had the cutscenes in between. You have to rescue your mom and dad from the evil nightmare, because you, of course, are a family of clowns, and then, in addition to rescuing your mom and dad, you rescue the clown noses of all the fallen clowns who've come before you. I just made that up.
You're rescuing your family because Nightmare wants to open a treasure vault.
But at the end, there is a bunch of red clown noses. It's just not fallen.
That was the treasure.
But I did like Nightmare. His the way that he was designed was actually really cool looking.
Yeah, I liked him too.
But yeah, with everything else, that's why I'm leaning on that 4, because yeah, it did some things well. It was clever. But this game came out in 1993. At that point, and Kemco was a very well-established company. They knew what they were working with, what they had to work with. There was no excuse for graphics to be as blocky as they were. For music, I am a huge fan of the music of Deja Vu and Uninvited. Shadowgate even had a great soundtrack as well too.
Yeah.
They knew how to make a good soundtrack. This was just absolutely an abomination of a soundtrack to me.
I will say, for the graphics, the game actually controlled pretty well. There was
controls
never
were
a point
good.
where the controls felt sloppy.
The controls were good.
Hitboxes weren't that bad.
Hitboxes were pretty tight too.
Yeah. So I mean, even with the graphic problem, you're right, it did look funny, but it still was pretty cleaned up.
And you still got variety. No level felt the same. No bosses felt the same. The only time that you would ever duplicate bosses was, I believe, there was kind of like a gauntlet at the end of the last level, which I'm okay with that. If you recycle bosses for a gauntlet,
it was a pick-a-path.
I'm A-okay with that.
Yeah. You're right, but I mean, it did feel just a slightly below the curve, especially in 1993.
In 1993, you've got that stuff ironed out. There's no.
When did Samson come out? 94?
92.
92. Holy fuck! And Little Samson's probably the pinnacle of platforming.
Yeah.
Little Samson did it perfect. This could have been better.
Yeah.
You're right.
It really could have, and so that's why. Yeah. So that's why I'm it's a 4. I wanted to enjoy it more than that, but I couldn't. I couldn't.
No.
So
we'll move on to an interesting one. What did you pay for Kid Klown in Nightmare World?
So I paid $50 for this game.
$50.
I paid $50, and that was at a time where it was really. it's funny because when I bought it, it was kind of like an outlier where there was a case of it going for like $100, but then there was like cases where it was only going for like 30 or 40. So the place where I had actually gotten it was Coliseum. I got it at Coliseum Games.
Good old Coliseum.
Yep, good old Coliseum in Kenosha. But yeah, he had kind of went right in the middle and charged me $50 when I think at the time it was going for about 55. So he cut me a little bit of a bargain too. And so I paid $50 for it.
Not bad, considering what it goes for today.
I knew that this game was an expensive one, but I'm actually scared to find out how much it is because I am not going to agree with what it goes for. So
no,
lay it on me.
I was about to say we're both coming to a consensus already. As of this video on pricecharting.com, this game is worth $228. God damn it! $228 for Kid Klown in Nightmare World. No, that ain't fucking worth it.
No.
But few games really are. There's, we always talk about, especially when we get to these weird expensive ones, is it worth it?
But see, here's the thing, and here's what I'll judge it based on.
Yes.
Is it worth $228? No, absolutely not. Is it worth what I paid for it? Is it worth $50? No. No, it's not.
Compared to $228. Yes.
Compared to $228. No,
But
it's still
right.
not worth it.
You're
It's honestly, it's not. You could give me a price, if this was a $20 game, if this was a $25 game, I would honestly say it's not worth it.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
Because that's in my notes. What I put, I would pay top dollar for this. Would be $20.
$20 maybe.
$20 would be
$20
about
maybe.
the highest I would spend if this was a game I was looking for to play.
Yeah.
Not
Because
to,
it will give you a unique platforming experience.
and it was a decent length.
And it was a decent length.
Definitely don't buy it for a challenge, because you're not going to get one. But it was an enjoyable game overall to play. I mean, it was relaxing. It was kind of joyous. It was we played so many serious games at certain points. Like, this was a nice kind of breath of fresh air. It had some levity to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, $20? Sure. $228? Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Like I said, there are very, very few games, even today, that I would pay $228 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Even like I said, comparing it to what I paid back then, paying $50 for this game, was it worth it? No. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
it really wasn't. There was nothing to redeem this game to the point of $50. Yeah. So,
and there are some NES games I would pay upwards of $50 to $60 for.
I would too.
Guardian Legend, I would have easily paid what it was for at release. $70, I'd even go as high at the time.
The original Mega Man. Honestly, Die Hard goes for a little bit more than $50. That's a $90 game, but I would have paid $50 for it.
Legacy of the Wizard. I'm waiting for it.
Man, go to hell.
You go to hell, you get. But yes.
I would pay $50 for Legacy of the Wizard.
Come on, man.
Paul's seal of approval.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. Top dollar I'd pay for this would be $20.
Absolutely.
So there's really, I mean,
the only reason
you're never gonna find it for
the only reason you would buy this game is if you are a completist and you want to get every Nintendo game that was ever made.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I would suggest you going out to try to find this game. It's a hard to find game. It is. It's definitely not talked about a lot.
No, before we played it, I'd never even heard of it.
No. And honestly, there's a reason for that. Is because A, it's way too expensive for people to buy, and B, why would you pay that much money for a game that really isn't that great?
Yeah.
And so that's why I still, to this day, I do not understand why certain games go for an obscene amount of money and why certain games don't.
Well, that's like Panic Restaurant is a good example. We haven't played it on the channel yet, but Panic Restaurant's another one that's absurdly stupid expensive.
It's over like $500.
Yes. And if you look at the quality of the actual game, it's not good.
It's not. I mean,
it can be beat in 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's decent, but it's definitely not worth $500 worth.
It is stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Why was it so expensive? It just, man,
don't get it.
Don't understand it.
There's some questions that will just never be answered.
So there you go, man.
Yep.
2 for difficulty, 4 for fun. Not worth $228.
Or 50.
Or 50. So hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Go to powertripgaming.tv. It'll take you right to the channel. Watch our other stuff.
Watch our playthroughs. Watch us play Kid Klown as we just completely destroy it and make it our bitch.
Paul struggles a little bit against the final boss. A few times he died, but
and then I beat him like without being touched.
yeah, you did.
So I kind of redeemed myself. kind of messing around. I just wanted to make the game a little bit longer than it was going to be.
What a shock! And then you wonder why I say that. Don't make this game longer than it has to be.
Sometimes you just have to remind me.
Son of a bitch. Link is in the description to watch our Nightmare playthrough.
Check him out.
I almost said Nightmare on Elm 13. I almost fucked that up. Watch our Kid Klown playthrough. Link in the description.
Nightmare World.
Nightmare World. Jesus Christ. You know, I'd like to actually play the actual version of this game. See what it's like. Yeah.
Kid Klown or
Mickey
the
Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Oh, gotcha.
Actually, I wouldn't mind trying
Mickey
some of the
Mouse
other
Dream
Kid
Balloon.
Klown games.
Yeah, no, that would be cool to actually try those out. So.
It's another kid game. I got you Kid Dracula for Christmas.
Kid Dracula. I like that one. Kid Cool. We're actually going to be... That's a Nintendo game.
Cool. That's
what
Casino
is it?
Kid.
Oh, yeah. Casino Kid. And Casino Kid 2, I believe. Yeah, Casino Kid 2.
Sky Kid.
Sky Kid, we did. Not the same, but James Bond Jr. is kind of like a kid. No.
Kid Nicky.
Oh, yeah, Kid Nicky we did, too. Watch Kid Nicky.
Watch Kid Nicky. What's another... that might be all the kids there are.
McKids.
McKid... Ah, fuck you, ass.
Greg to the rest!
I hate you. Next time on Power Trip Gaming Retrospective.
We'll review something better. Good save.
Thank you. I blanked halfway through. I was like, what are we called again? Stupid. Fuck.